Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I specifically want to talk about how to make Korean friends when you're in South Korea, because it's always fun to have that friend who actually lives in the country you're studying in so that they can show you around, show you all the great food, share their own experiences with you. That way you make the most out of your study abroad experience. Now, when I was in Korea, I definitely had fun because I did meet a lot of Korean friends. It wasn't easy because I did have to be an extrovert and actually step up, take the initiative to say hello. Not a lot of Koreans actually come up to you first and say hi to you because mostly they're not that great at speaking English. Yes, a lot of Koreans actually do study English when they're very young, but it's hard for them to keep up the English knowledge, the English language, because they're not around too many foreigners. So when they are, they do try to utilize it as much as they can, but it's not that great. And then you'd also be surprised about how many Koreans can actually speak English very well. When I was in school, my dormitory building, we had a lot of great Korean English speaking students. Most of them actually are taking English classes, and also most of them were doing a English exchange program, which was really great. I remember when I first moved in, my roommate moved in a couple of days later, and I told him, "Hi, like, nice to meet you." He looked at me and he was just like, "Oh, nice to meet you." And get this, Koreans are very nice people, right? He brought me a gift. Let me try to get it real quick. All right, my Korean roommate was like really really cool the first time I met him because I wasn't expecting anything from him besides the fact that we're gonna be the best, roommates ever. But he approached me and he was just like, "Oh, hello," or "안녕하세요," with his like Korean accent. I thought it was really cool. So he approached me. He was like, "안녕하세요. My roommate's name is Ted. My name is Ted." And then I'm just like, Ted. Ted is not a common, like Korean name, but actually a lot of Koreans have an English name because a lot of Korean names are actually hard to pronounce to some foreigners. His real name is Park Reuk, which is kind of different to how simple English names sound. Like you can just say Eric, Bob, Joe, Ted. But yeah, he simplified his name. His English name was Ted, and then he approaches me. He's like, "Hey, I have a gift for you," and I'm just like, "What? A gift for me? We just met, And then I was just like standing there, and I was just like, "Fuck, I don't have a gift for you. What do I do?" And he like approaches me and he gives me these. He's like, "This is for you. This is for you. I hope you like Legos. I hope you like doing puzzles. This is one of my favorite things." So I thought that was really cool. That was really nice of him. Another way you can meet your Korean friend is, when you're going out. There's a lot of nightlife in Korea, especially Itaewon, Hongdae, and Gangnam. Gangnam is basically the rich area. A lot of older people go there. The best clubs in Korea you can find there. Itaewon has a lot of foreigners, and a lot of them actually try to hit on those Koreans. They try to meet those Koreans. Yeah, a lot of those people that are in Itaewon, either those Koreans are there to drink and party, or they're there to meet foreigners. So do not be afraid to approach those Koreans and just say a simple 안녕하세요 or just say hello, right? It's, what do you have to lose? If anything, they can just say, "I'm sorry, I don't speak English." Just try to make them comfortable. Don't seem like a creep when you first approach them, because that's freaking weird, and who the hell likes creeps? Hongdae is basically where most of the younger people are. Those people are in high school or undergrad. Most of those people, they do like to drink. They go clubbing and whatnot. There's actually a place where I highly recommend you go. It's called Thursday Party. I was in Thursday Party all the time, every time I was in Korea, because there was a lot of foreigners, and there was a lot of Koreans who actually wanted to meet those foreigners. So that was really good for me because I actually was able to meet some of my pretty good friends now there. Offer to buy them a drink or ask if they want to drink with you, because most likely they will want to drink with you. Because a lot of Koreans actually love to drink. They actually really like to smoke as well. But, you know, the drinking culture in Korea is really great. If you're a drinker, if you're an alcoholic, whatever, I'm not calling everyone an alcoholic, but if you love to drink, go to Korea because all those Koreans are down to drink with you. And also, cocktails in Korea are super freaking cheap. Like here in the US, it's probably $12 for like a cocktail. There, it's half the price. It's like happy hour every freaking day. I bought like a tall glass of AMF for $5 or 5,000원, which is a little under $5, yeah. Also, Thursday Party has like a beer pong table, so that's kind of more of like the American culture. They have two beer pong tables, the one in Hongdae. I know the other places, like when I went to Busan only had one beer pong table. When I was in Daegu, I think they had two beer pong tables. But yes, I've been to the Thursday parties in Busan, Daegu, Itaewon, Hongdae. I've been to those Thursday parties and they were pretty cool. But yeah, I highly recommend you go there if you're trying to meet, you know, some Koreans. If you're taking classes with some Koreans, don't be afraid to ask them questions. Because if anything, they're more knowledgeable and they can ask the professor, what do I do, like in detail, and they can actually help you. Most of those people actually know English. Go ahead and just approach them, say hello. Another great way to make Korean friends is simply just by approaching them, you know? Just compliment them. Hey, like, I like your shirt. I like your hair color. I like your okay, maybe not eyes, because that's kind of creepy. I like your shoes, you know? Actually, my hair is kind of messy right now, but a lot of Koreans actually have their hair colored. I colored my hair. I know there's like a little bit tint left, but I colored my hair when I was in Korea. A lot of people actually have this hair color. Most of the guys, I didn't even know because the girl that did it for me, my friend, her name is Yuri. You know, she kind of chose a color for me and she thought it was very cute. So I was like, okay, I'll take it. And you know, I ended up liking it and it's cool. But when I got to the US, I was like, holy shit, I stick out like a sore thumb because in Korea, it's completely normal. And when I'm here, there's people outside staring at me. Hello. Anyways, a lot of Koreans actually do love foreigners, and a lot of them want to have a foreigner friend, specifically to help them with their English. And actually, a lot of them actually do like the American culture, or you know, wherever people speak English. If you want to be that good friend, go ahead and be friends with them and help them with their English. It's like a English language exchange. Clubbing's also a great way to meet Korean friends. A lot of them, you know, if they see you, you know, like wilding out, they'll actually join you. A lot of them are actually very extroverted. But you know, you may think they're introverted because they don't want to approach you first. But once you get a little few alcohols in them, I'm just kidding, no. But you know, if you're in that scene where everyone's kind of not sober, they're more than happy to just talk to you, and that's how you can kick off that friendship that you may want. And another great reason why you should make a Korean friend is because they can take you to their home and you can experience, you know, living in Korea in a home setting, someone else's home, instead of like a guest house or your dormitory. Like you can actually feel the Korean tradition. When I was in Korea, my roommate actually invited me over. His parents cooked a full traditional Korean meal for me with a lot of banchans, and you know, they're just like 맛있게 먹어, which is like, and they do try to comfort you as much as they can. Their hospitality was really great. I really enjoyed it. I do want to go back. I was more than happy to be there. Also, if they do invite you to their home, it's always nice to bring like a little gift to the parents, because if anything, they're allowing you to sleep at their place, and you know, it's a way of saying thank you. You know, thank you for inviting me over. But yeah, it was really cute because when I was in the dining table, we were eating. I didn't want to think of it too much as it being awkward, but their parents was like talking to me, and they're like, oh, uri adir, or like our kid, you know, like how is he, you know? And then they started like interviewing me, and they're just like, hey, like where are you from, and like what do you study, and how do you like Korea so far, stuff like that. And then, you know, they tell you stuff like, oh, I'm glad, you know, my son or my daughter like met you because, you know, we want their English to actually improve, stuff like that. So it's really great to make great Korean friends because they will invite you to their home if you do get closer to them. So I actually met someone who lives in Daegu, and he's actually in the military right now. He's a Katusa, which is one of the higher rankings in the military. It's like random drawing. He's a Katusa, and he was based in Seoul, but he lives in Daegu. And you know, I told him, I had dinner with him one day, and I was like, hey, like I've always wanted to go to Daegu. And he was like, oh, really? And then I was like, yeah, like, you know, I've heard so many great stuff about it. And so he eventually invited me over to his place. I stayed there 3 nights, 4 days, and it was great. You know, his parents always made sure to have food on the table. And, you know, like before we slept, there was food on the table. When we woke up, they would wake up early just to cook food for us. It was really cute. Like, I'm so thankful. I was very thankful. And if anything, they're very nice. My friends gave me, like, matching PJs that we could wear, which is really cute. Dude, like, the Korean culture is freaking cute. I also talked to the parents as well. You know, they were asking me, how are you? You know, like, how did you guys meet? Stuff like that. It's like, it's great. It's great to make friends with these Koreans because you get to know a little bit more of their culture, you know, their own heritage, and you can share your own experiences as well, you know? And these are lifelong friendships that you can probably build. And, you know, whenever you go to Korea, you can always go there and just hit them up, and you could build more memories. Also, it's great to have a Korean friend because if you're lost and if you're trying to go somewhere, you can actually bring them with you, have them tag along with you, and, you know, just be like, hey, how do I go about with this, you know? They can show you around the way to Korea. That way you don't look like an idiot, you know, going around. And also they'll introduce you to the best food. There was a few dishes I didn't really know, and they introduced me to like a cow's head. I don't know what that is in Korean, but I was able to try soup, and it had like pieces of the cow's head, and I thought it was really interesting. It was good. I actually have that video somewhere in my vlogs, so go ahead and look for it. I don't know where, but look for it. And also they taught me some slang and some bad words, which is kind of useful when you're trying to cuss someone. I'm just kidding. Nah, you don't want to cuss anyone out because everyone's very respectful to each other in Korea. They taught me, like, you know, to grab like a boiled egg and like crack it on your head. You know, it's like Korean way. It's like a Korean way of doing stuff. And like if you're trying to make somek, you know, you pour the baekju, which is beer, and you pour soju, and then you get like a chopstick, and then you hit it or stuff like that, or you go like you poke at it, so then it starts swirling. And somek is basically a beer and soju mix, and it does get you really fucked up. I actually got really drunk in one of my videos. It's somewhere in my vlog. Also, they teach you like Korean drinking games. It's really fun to do, and you know, that's how you get closer to one another, and that's how you have everyone open up to you, which is really good. So what my professor taught me when I was studying Korea, he told all of us foreigners like, hey, if a Korean is trying to talk to you in English, do not laugh at them, do not make fun of them, because most likely if you do laugh at them and make fun of them of their English, they'll be embarrassed and they're not gonna want to speak English again. They're gonna be shy to speak English because they're probably gonna think you're judging them. And that's kind of similar to like you learning Korean, because if you're trying to speak Korean to them, they're not gonna laugh at you. If anything, they're gonna try to correct you. Do not laugh at them because that'll just ruin your chances of meeting, you know, or making a friend, because that'll lower their self-confidence, and you don't want that. If someone does that to you when you're trying to learn Korean, how would you feel? Of course you'd feel, you know, like the same way they would feel. Also, there's a great app that you can use when you're in Korea. You know, a lot of these people are actually down to meet up for language exchange. It's an app called Hello Talk. Hello Talk is actually, I recently just downloaded this app. I wish I downloaded it when I was in Korea. But this app allows you to meet Korean locals, and you can actually talk to them. It's Koreans that actually want to improve in their English. It's a language exchange app. I'll show it to you here. Alright guys, I actually want to introduce to you an app called Hello Talk. Hello Talk is a language exchange app that I like to use. I mainly use it for communicating with people who live in Korea. If you're living in Korea right now, these people are actually very down to meet you. These Koreans actually want to improve their English. Like, let's say, I'm so tired but I cannot sleep long time, and you can actually, correct how the sentence is supposed to be. And they share different things to you on what they're doing. It's like a newsfeed that they like. It's a moments page. I actually have my own moments page where I've shared some of my stuff. Like yesterday, I shared these pictures of me and my friends when I was in Korea, and someone commented cute. And also, I share some different types of stuff here, like my own, like I sang earlier, and then my trip to Jeju that people like, and then also some of my videos that I make I share on here, and then like this one when I went to Santa Cruz. I shared on here, but it's a good app to mainly communicate with people from different parts of Korea. You have people from Seoul, you have people from Jinju, from Gumi, Busan, etc. And you can meet all these people, um, and they can follow you if they want to keep up with your notifications and whatnot. And yeah, it's basically a great app to meet local Koreans if you're in Korea. But yeah, that's a really good app to use, and I highly recommend using that app if you're trying to make Korean friends. That's probably the best way of making Korean friends, and you meet Koreans from all over Korea. I met people from Daegu, Busan, Gyeongju, Jeju, etc. But yeah, that's about it. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other ways to meet Korean friends, but these are just some tips that I approached when I was in Korea, just to meet my lovely Korean friends that I have now that I freaking miss. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, thumbs up this video if you liked it, and thumbs down this video if you didn't like it for some reason, and go ahead and leave a feedback below. Also, if you want to see different types of videos, go ahead and let me know, and I'll make that video for you. And that's about it. See ya.